Bienvenidos a todos. En los capítulos anteriores nos quedamos haciendo una misión del mundo y ahora vamos a la misión principal. No sé si será la principal porque nos decía que tenemos que completar esa misión. Sacrificio involuntario. Por medio de Ganyu y Lan, te enteraste de una banda de ladrones de tesoros que se unieron para perturbar unas ruinas relacionadas con la Orden del Abismo. Te preocupa que pueden causar problemas, así que aceptas ir a inspeccionar el lugar.
Oh, yes! Yes! They have the audacity to go after anything! The seven dragons, gods. No ancient artifact that relates can escape their greedy ambitions. Still, this time is different. Who do they think they are, going after the Abyss Order's treasures? Oh, Traveler, it's you.
Huh? Ganyu, what are you doing here with Lan? Do you have a commission you need to post?
Hello. We were just discussing the treasure hoarders.
Yes. We were just saying how even the audacious treasure hoarders should know better than to mess with the Abyss. It's just too evil.
But we recently received intel from the Ministry of Civil Affairs that two big-time treasure hoarders in Liyue and Mondstadt are planning some big joint operation.
Two big-time treasure hoarders?
Yes. They're known as Big Sis of the South and Raptor of the North.
Oh, Raptor! Paimon remembers he tried to run away from Amber in Mondstadt. But who is Big Sis of the South?
Ave rapaz. Pai me recuerda cuando ese ladrón se enfrentó a Ember en Mondstadt. Pero ¿quién es la hermana del sur? ¿La llama así porque trabaja con sus hermanos? ¿O así llaman los ladrones de tesoro a una lideresa?
You are correct. She's the head of the treasure hoarders in Liyue. As I understand it, the treasure hoarders all call her boss. Some say that the god of thieves even bestowed a gift upon her for her exploits, making her Big Sis of the gods. But that's probably just a wild rumor.
Anyway, the treasure hoarders discovered some previously unexplored ruins that the Abyss Order has been secretly guarding in the shadows. Despite how dangerous that makes it, all the treasure hoarders can think about is what kinds of treasure could be inside. They have already devised a plan. They will send out a decoy to divert the Abyss Order's forces away from the ruins, then send an expert thief inside to steal the treasure.
To this end, Big Sis and Raptor have reportedly recruited a certain Grand Thief from Fontaine.
Grand Thief? That's quite an impressive-sounding title.
Oh, indeed. He is an extraordinary individual. The Grand Thief is highly respected in the treasure hoarders, in the same way that we adventurers look up to great adventurers.
Yo sé, los ladrones de tesoro respetan a un maestro ladrón igual que nosotros. Los aventureros respetamos a los mejores aventureros, como la famosa aventurera Alicia, como el gran aventurero Stanley. Sinceramente no me acuerdo.
Ah, so you're familiar with the author of the Tevat Travel Guide, then? Correct. The Grand Thief is someone as renowned as her. So, despite being relative big-timers in Liyue and Mondstadt, Big Sis and Raptor had to put in a lot of work to convince a thief of his status to come and personally oversee this operation.
With the major changes in Liyue recently, the Ministry of Civil Affairs and the Millelith already have their hands full. They don't have any time to investigate rumors about treasure hoarder activity. But anything related to the Abyss makes me feel like there is some unknown danger lurking beneath the surface. So I decided to come to the Adventurers Guild to post a commission.
Por eso decidí venir al gremio de aventureros a publicar un encargo. Bueno, ya que estoy aquí, yo también entiendo la amenaza que significa el abismo.
Leave this commission to us.
Oh, thank you so much.
Good to see this in the hands of a reliable guild member. Well then, good luck. The guild will take care of the details of this commission.
Por fin, acto 4. Dirígete a las ruinas al... La llamada del abismo. Elemento recomendado, crío. Ah, sí, verdad, llevo crío. Uy, qué bacano. Nunca he visto esta Ah.
There are signs of treasure hoarder activity here. They must have come to these ruins. Let's go deeper inside. Paimon sure hopes Ganyu's information is reliable.
Ah, no es posible cambiar los personajes. ¿Por qué?
There aren't many guards here. Looks like their plan to draw away the Abyss Order's forces really worked.
¿Y si digo que... Fueguito, meto? Puedes meter fuego de acá para aprovechar el buff. ¿Y tú?
Come a little closer.
Tengo que bajar. Aprovechar el buff. ¿Cómo era? Así. Uy, me confundí de botón. Era
Let's spark
este.
things.
Así. Vamos, vamos.
More signs that a treasure hoarder was here. This should be the right direction. But why does it feel stranger and stranger as we make it deeper into these ruins? Be careful now. Paimon's right behind you.
Ah, verdad, me olvidé si había cajas allá también. Ala. Tenemos que farmear todos los que haya. Todito, todito. Perdón, perdón, gente. Tenemos que farmear todito los que hay. Todo vale acá. Uy. Y abajo. Uy, casi me caigo. Y si me pasa así, más rápido. Y algo. ¿Ese es el ladrón, será?
This looks like a person. Could it be the Grand Thief? Why is he in that position? Is he praying to something? That's...
Esa es una estatua de los 7. Nunca había visto algo así.
Why is the statue of the 7 hanging upside down? And the statue's hands... Paimon remembers they're normally holding an orb, right? But this statue is holding... What is that? Paimon has a really bad feeling about this. And the Grand Thief hasn't moved an inch. Do you think he's... Hello? Are you okay, mister? He's dead. Paimon doesn't feel so good.
Ya, mi Paimon tiene un muy mal presentimiento. Este lugar es horrible. Pero ¿cómo murió?
Let's get out of here, and fast! We should report back to Ganyu and Lon. Now what? We can't stay here! Quick, run!
Ah, escapa. Estoy escapando. Ah, escapa para allá, dice. Ah, me confundí. Uy, qué bacán, baja.
Someone needs assistance.
Baja toda la vida. No hay nada allí. Vamos por acá. Buena, que sorpresa. Ah, la ya perdía.
You cannot spy on the secrets of the abyss. You have come here. You have seen our secrets. For this, you must pay the price. As a herald, I will mete out your punishment.
An abyss herald?
Un emisario del abismo es que el Dai mencionó. Es el monstruo que buscamos con Dai.
Dainsleif. Oh, I thought you were just a couple of pests that stumbled in here by mistake. So, you are with Dainsleif, that constant annoyance in our affairs. Did he send you here to die? His resistance against the Abyss has gone nowhere for a long time. There is nothing you can do to change the tide. The Abyss is unstoppable.
What is this power? Pirates never seen it
Espera un rato, voy a revivir ya. A ver.
before.
A ver.
Careful! Please don't get cocky! Motion to compel!
Abyssal roar!
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
Objection! I must leave no stone unturned.
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Boom boom!
Buena combinación, ¿no?
Abyssal roar!
Buena.
This power, it seems familiar. I see. So it's you. You are the one. In that case, I shall stay here no longer.
What a tough battle! Are you okay?
Esa batalla fue muy dura, Yami,
Such a
¿verdad?
strong enemy! Who knew the Abyss Order had monsters this powerful among them?
Qué oponente tan fuerte, así que la Orden del Abismo cuenta con monstruos así de poderosos de su lado. Parecía conocerme.
Huh? What is it? What are you thinking about?
¿Qué dice? Pasa algo, ¿qué piensas? Nada, vámonos de aquí.
Oh, right, yeah! We're near the exit now. Let's get out of this scary place before something even more dangerous shows up.
So, we meet again. A little sooner than I had expected.
Ah, ¿verdad?
Hey, it's Dane!
Judging by your expression, it seems you just experienced something quite strange. Could it be that you encountered an Abyss Herald in those ruins?
Huh? How did you know that?
I've been on the Abyss Herald's trail. I didn't expect to find you here as well.
Todavía sigo el rastro del emisario del abismo. No espero encontrarme con ustedes aquí. En realidad el emisario no fue lo único que encontramos. En la ruina hay algo incluso más extraño que el emisario del abismo.
An inverted statue of the Seven, holding abyssal power in its hands. No, I have never seen such a thing during my time fighting the Abyss, though I have had my suspicions. Tell me the rest of what happened in there. So you escaped the ruin depths filled with abyssal power, and then?
And then, as we got close to the exit, an Abyss Herald suddenly appeared and blocked our way! We fought a big battle with that thing. Maybe it hasn't gotten too far yet.
Yes, this is a rare opportunity indeed. Come, let's catch up to it.
Una rara oportunidad, ciertamente síganme, vamos a alcanzarlo. De acuerdo, espera pensar que era yo quien te hizo un encargo.
Let's go! A rare opportunity? With Dane helping out, maybe we'll be able to solve more mysteries about the Abyss!
¿A dónde vamos ahora? Un emisario sin seguidores. Sigue el rastro de la orden del abismo.
Motion to compel!
Ah, verdad. El que le hace más daño es a ti.
Come a little closer.
Incinerate! Time for your arraignment!
Bueno, bueno.
Boom boom!
You're in for...
With the wind!
Those Abyss mages just now. Were they trying to ambush us?
No. They were just digging through these abandoned ruin guards looking for something of value.
Oh, is that so? The Traveler here seems to like doing that a lot, too. Looking for chaos devices, chaos circuits, you know, that kind of stuff.
Busca dispositivos del caos, circuito del caos, cosas así. Claro, son materiales muy importantes. De acuerdo que los magos del abismo no buscaban eso.
They wouldn't be searching for such ordinary objects. In fact, I was nearby investigating precisely because abyss mages often come out from that ruin to explore. They seem to be searching the remains of ruin guards for a certain valuable object to take back to the ruins. However, they look disappointed, so it would seem they haven't found it yet.
Well then, why didn't you grab one of them just now and ask what they were up to?
Entonces, ¿por qué no capturaste a unos para interrogarlo? Igual que hace el señor Diluc. Debería ser más duro con ellos.
I certainly don't mean to be merciful towards these monsters of the abyss, but I have a feeling that their plan with this object is of major importance to the entire Abyss Order. One cannot discover the truth behind it through interrogation. Or rather, these Abyss mages likely fear something else, much more than they do a painful interrogation.
O mejor dicho, hay algo de lo que estos magos del abismo le temen más que a unos dolorosos interrogatorios. Algo que ellos temen. Algo relacionado con lo que vino. Algo relacionado a lo que vimos en las ruinas.
Paimon is getting goosebumps thinking about all this.
All right. We shouldn't waste too much time here. Let's continue our search.
Sigue el rastro de la Orden del Abismo.
Boom, boom! Incinerate! Ha, oof! I'll catch up.
With the wind!
Steady as stone. Boom, boom!
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Motion to compel. Incinerate. Inadmissible evidence.
Wind blade!
Ay, vida.
I
Muerto.
object.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. Come a little closer.
Leave it all to me. As a good knight should. I must leave no stone unturned.
You're in for a little shock.
Ay, ¿cómo lo bajo de ahí? Lo voy a bujear, ¿ya?
I have some for you too.
Steady as stone.
Lo malo le gusta disparar donde sea este personaje.
You're in for a little shock.
Boom, boom! Wow! Besides the Abyss Order, Ruin Guards sure are active around here. Seems wherever we find an Abyss Mage hideout, there's often a bunch of Ruin Guards roaming around too. Is that just a coincidence? Or...
There are no coincidences in the world. Everything is the fruit of seeds planted long ago. Just like your appearance in that tavern, time is just waiting for those seeds to sprout.
Igual que cuando apareciste en aquella taberna, el tiempo solo espera que las semillas germinen. Pero yo solo escuché hablar de ti por casualidad, no entiendo muy bien.
Forget it. Just some needless musings. The connection between the Abyss Order and the Ruin Guards is by no means incidental. Rather, they are both branches that have grown out and up from the same roots below.
Branches? Roots? What do you mean exactly?
Both originate from an ancient nation that was destroyed 500 years ago, Khaenri'ah.
Huh? Khaenri'ah? Really? The Abyss Order and Ruin Guards are left over from after the destruction of that nation? Oh, speaking of Khaenri'ah, that's really a super ancient name. Oh, right. As your guide, Paimon should explain a bit here. A long time ago, the nation of Khaenri'ah was...
Así como tu guía, Paimon debe explicar esto. Hace mucho tiempo el reino de Careain era conocido como el nombre de...
Huh?
¿Por qué tengo recuerdos de haber estado ahí?
You have memories of being there. But that nation was destroyed 500 years ago.
Is that so? Well, everyone has their secrets. You did not pry into mine, so I shall not pry into yours. But, if you would like to tell me, I will listen. So, the Khaenri'ah you saw, what was it like?
Sin embargo, si quieres contármelo, te escucharía. Así que, como él era Cairán, ¿qué recuerdas? Bueno, ya no recuerdo. Bueno, ya no puedo seguir guardando el secreto. Tain y Cairán asumiré el riesgo. La persona que me despertó y el mar de fuego que vi al cuando abrí los ojos. ¿Lo cual de los cuatro?
So that's the complete story, huh? Paimon thought that you ran into that unknown god first.
I see. So your first memory after coming to this world was being awoken by your sister from within that meteorite.
It seems your sister woke up first. But the question is, how long before you?
And then your sister told you that the destruction of Khaenri'ah plunged the whole world into chaos, and that you two should leave this world called Tevat?
The destruction of Khaenri'ah? She said that?
La destrucción de Cairán. Eso dijo, así es.
That destruction you witnessed, that's history from 500 years ago. It seems the first time you awoke in this world was indeed during that period.
Huh. So your sister must have understood this world better than you did, because she woke up first.
And it was shortly after that that you encountered an unknown god who blocked your path, so you couldn't escape.
Oh, Paimon knows this part really well.
I understand. When you awoke at that time and hurriedly tried to leave for another world, you didn't know anything about Khaenri'ah. But now, since you have come to gain some understanding of Tevat, you are able to guess that the war you witnessed all those years ago must be the war that ended Khaenri'ah. Am I right?
Ah, if that's the case, you must have been flipping through all sorts of books during our adventure these past few months. Before going to Mondstadt, you had just looked at some vague materials. Later, we managed to gather a whole bunch of old books from all around Mondstadt and Liyue, but you told Paimon they were useless. So, the whole time you were just trying to learn more about Khaenri'ah so you could find your sister?
Ahora Paimon se da cuenta de que buscaba más información sobre Cairán para encontrar a tu hermana, ¿cierto? Es la segunda pista más importante después de buscar a los 7. Y aunque la única pista sea el nombre de un lugar.
Oh, yeah! You can travel around the 7 nations to find the 7. But where can you go to find a nation that was destroyed 500 years ago?
I probably know more about Khaenri'ah than both of you. Khaenri'ah was a nation without a god. Not because it had a god that died or abandoned them, but because it never had a god to begin with. It was a powerful nation, built purely by humans. An unprecedented, flourishing, and glorious civilization. It was the pride of humankind.
A nation without a god?
Later events unfolded just as you remember. It was all destroyed by gods.
You mean that...
500 years ago, the gods descended upon the world and brought desolation to Khanria. The pride of humankind was uprooted and crushed, like a weed removed from the garden of the gods.
How could that be? The history books don't say anything about that.
¿Cómo es posible? Los libros de la historia no mencionaban nada de eso. Qué terrible, qué mundo tan peligroso. Ahora tengo más prisa para encontrar a mi hermana.
Yes, well, continuing to discuss the past now will only dampen our spirits.
Y seguir hablando del pasado solo va a arruinar nuestro ánimo. La próxima vez que vea a Venti o a Songli, necesito oír una explicación de lo que hicieron los dioses.
Let's keep moving. I will tell you more of what you want to know as we continue our search.
¿Qué? ¿Debemos seguir el rastro del oro del abismo todavía?
Over there! It's more ruin guards and abyss mages. Dane was just saying how these ancient machines are from Khanria. So, did Khanria have a lot of ruins that needed to be guarded?
No. Ruin Guard is the name modern people have given these machines. No one called them that 500 years ago. These ruin guards were known as field tillers by the people of Khanria.
Field tillers? What a strange name.
Labradores, qué nombre tan raro. Eran herramientas de cultivo, entonces ¿por qué ahora son armas letales?
It's not like you think. Field tiller was just a code name. The people of Khanria like to give code names to their weapons. The land is not to be tilled with farming tools, but rather is to be fought for with steel and blood. This is how the field tiller came about.
Fought for with steel and blood? Well, that's an interesting way of understanding tilling. Paimon doesn't think it's a very positive interpretation.
After the destruction of Khanria, these masterless field tillers went completely out of control. They wandered aimlessly over the centuries, gradually spreading to every corner of Teyvat. Perhaps resonating with the sorrow of other civilizations lost to time, they found their way to various ruins across the land, where they lie dormant.
Well, that sounds so sad.
Eso suena muy triste. Deambulándose en rumbo durante 500 años, creo que deberíamos acabar con su sufrimiento.
Yeah, Paimon thinks you've been doing a real good job of that.
Once you understand more, those details won't mean much to you. But no matter their past, all that remains of them now is the danger they pose. So destroy them all.
Steady as stone. Boom boom!
You're in for a little shock.
Motion to compel. Inadmissible evidence.
Don't be such a brute.
Yikes!
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. Yep.
Incinerate! It's jury.
Windblade!
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Steady as stone. Time to clean up.
Uy, me confundí.
Come a little closer.
With the wind!
Get here. Here. Huh? This abyss maze dropped a talisman. Could it be a communication of some kind?
This talisman seems connected to the Abyss Herald. But why would an Abyss Mage be carrying it? Perhaps it really does contain information about their operation.
But Paimon can't read the writing on it. Is that the script of Conria?
Engulf the faith of an enemy in flame, and bring glory to Her Highness the Princess.
What? Is that what it says?
Loom of Fate, initial operation. The Abyss, seem to be carrying out a large operation. The keyword here is Loom of Fate. It seems like they are still launching the operation, or rather, are still conducting preliminary tests.
Loom of Fate? What's that? Is it literally a fate-weaving machine?
Hilar del destino, ¿qué es eso? ¿Será literalmente sobre una máquina para hilar el destino? El mago del abismo salió de esas ruinas. ¿Estará relacionado con la estatua invertida?
From the horrible feeling Paimon's been getting, those eerie ruins are super likely to be related to this fate-weaving operation. So, Dane, what message does this talisman contain?
I'm reading it now. An ambitious operation. But some parts are difficult to understand.
How so?
In short, the first phase of the plan is related to Osial, Overlord of the Vortex.
The Overlord of the Vortex? You mean that god in the ocean?
El señor del vórtice, ese dios de las profundidades del mar. No logramos acabar con él la última vez, solo lo contuvimos con la cámara de Jade.
What do they want with Osial?
Bueno, pero ¿qué es lo que quieren con Osial? Quizá lo mismo que con un Davilin.
I know of your past heroics regarding Dvalin, and I also know of the Abyss Order's role in the Storm Terror incident. Though you may not have been aware of it at the time, you were thwarting an Abyss Order operation similar to this one.
Last time it was Venti's old friend. This time it's a huge ancient god. The Abyss Order keeps setting their sights higher and higher. Will the Abyss Order use their lies and dark magic to corrupt Osial, just as they did Dvalin?
No. From the contents of the talisman, this operation goes one step further. They won't just corrupt Osial's mind. They also plan to use the ancient technology behind the field tillers to completely transform Osial's body.
Is that even possible? So wait, the Abyss Order wants to make some sort of cybernetic squid god of mass destruction?
Entonces la Orden del Abismo quiere fabricar algo así como un cibercalamar divino de destrucción masiva, algo así. Los apodos son cada más largos.
Very few people today truly understand the civilization of Conria. Though of course, the accuracy of that understanding itself is difficult to judge. Only the Abyss Order has consistently sought out the remnants of Khaenri'ah. Despite being far from human, they seek out this lost human civilization quite persistently. The talisman's message states that they will use the defiled statue as a base, attaching Osial's limbs to construct a mechanized god. And the new core that shall replace the orb usually held by the statue of the Seven is the eye of the very first field tiller.
The eye of the very first field tiller? Oh, Paimon gets it! All those Abyss mages are looking for the special eye, right?
It would seem so.
Eso parece, todavía no lo han encontrado, aún tenemos tiempo. Debemos encontrarlo antes que ellos.
This whole thing keeps getting more complicated. But basically, it all has to do with that eerie statue of the Seven we saw, right?
Yes. According to the talisman, the eye should be placed in the hands of the defiled statue, thereby imbuing the newly born god with the power to topple the divine thrones of Celestia.
De ese modo, imbuirán al dios recién nacido con el poder para derrumbar los tronos divinos del celestial. Celestia.
Oh boy, the Abyss Order sure isn't holding back with this plan. Since no one knows where the first field tiller is, how about we take the information about the statue as the starting point for our investigation?
Ya que por ahora nadie sabe dónde se encuentra el primer labrador, ¿no sería mejor tomar la información que tenemos sobre la estatua como el punto de partida de nuestra investigación? Esta estatua parecía del arconte Anemo, y si le preguntamos a la iglesia de Favonius...
Yeah, that tone-deaf bard is too difficult to track down anyway. Let's go to the cathedral first and ask around. Maybe we'll learn something.
The cathedral.
Huh? What's the matter, Dane?
Nothing. Let's get moving. A huge statue, a grandiose cathedral. The people of Mondstadt clearly spent a great deal of resources and energy to construct them. But how aware of this was the Animo Archon on receiving this gift? And how much did he give back in return?
Faith doesn't ask for anything in return, though. Does it?
As long as the gods have a clear conscience about it all, there's nothing I can say about it.
Shh! We're about to enter the cathedral! Don't say anything bad about the Animal Archon! And actually, the Animal Archon is... never mind!
I never specifically said I would enter the cathedral. I'll leave you two to mingle with the sisters.
Huh?
¿Pero no hemos estado encargados de todo juntos? ¿No tienes curiosidad?
You are the honorary knight of Mondstadt. They will surely allow you to poke into these affairs with their utmost trust. Having me tag along would only make them suspicious.
Sospechoso sería que yo me presente junto a ti. ¿Por qué? ¿No te conocen? ¿Crees que no serás bienvenido?
Correct. And just as our little friend said, I might say something bad about the church at any time. When a non-believer steps onto holy ground, the result is never pretty. I have never received the favor of the gods in the past. I don't see any reason I would need it now, or in the future either. That's enough about that. While we've been chit-chatting, the Abyss Order continues to act.
Okay, then we'll just go in ourselves and ask around.
I should warn you about one thing. Don't go mentioning the defiled statue inside the cathedral. The Church of Favonius wouldn't ignore the matter of the statue, but if they rashly tried anything against the Abyss Order, it would only ruin whatever element of surprise we may have. Also, meddling in the affairs of the Abyss usually doesn't end well for anyone.
Honorary have you been? Do you need anything today? But I should first make it clear that if you need to borrow the Holy Lyre de Hermel again, we cannot oblige. It seems she hasn't realized it's just an illusion. Oh, we're here to ask some questions about something. Barbara, have you heard about the first field tiller? What's that? Field tiller. What does it do? Of course you wouldn't know anything about that. Okay, next question. Has the church ever lost a statue of the Seven? Huh? You're here to ask about that old story? Well, I didn't expect that. That was such a long time ago, barely anyone mentions it nowadays. A long time ago, there was indeed one statue of the Seven that disappeared one night without a trace. Nearly every member of the church joined the search for it, but it was never found. In the church's records, as you might assume, this incident has been called the Lost Statue of the Seven. Of course! Of course? Nothing? So do you have any other clues? Paimon means any other strange stories? Sorry, Barbara, but we can't tell you about the statue we saw just yet. Like Dane said outside, it's for your own good. Other strange stories? I'm not sure. Let me think about what other unusual incidents are in the church's records. Oh, the Tyrant's Final Fury? No, that's from another time. Probably unrelated. The Tyrant's Final Fury? Oh, this refers to a time of great danger that engulfed Old Mondstadt, the place now known as Storm Terror's lair. Many, many years ago, there was a time when balls of fire would rain from the sky whenever anyone approached Old Mondstadt. Balls of fire raining from the sky? How terrifying! People at that time believed it was a curse laid down by the god of storms, so they referred to it as the Tyrant's Final Fury. This strange phenomenon continued for about a year. No one was ever able to solve it. It just gradually ceased on its own.
Este fenómeno continuó así durante un año, nadie pudo resolverlo, así que fuimos disminuyendo por sí mismo hasta desaparecer. Eso también suena muy extraño, quizá no estaba relacionado con el tirano.
Right. Later, the theory of the Tyrant's Final Fury became less probable in the eyes of the church. Common reasoning dictates that the god of storms wouldn't shoot fireballs. Perhaps it was something else that caused the disaster. Anyway, this incident might not be related to the lost statue of the Seven, but I just can't think of any other strange incidents that might be. It's okay. Thanks anyway!
There's that pointless word, thank you, again. I can never get used to hearing it.
Oh, Rosaria, it's you.
If you're looking for the Knights of Favonius, they're busy with those monsters again.
Those monsters?
Those monsters that tried to attack Mondstadt last time during the Storm Terror incident?
Wasn't that the Abyss Order? They're at it again?
Indeed. They're gathering in Wolvendom, causing great unrest among the wolves. Could it be that the Abyss Order is targeting the spirit of Lupus Boreas? As for what purpose, I can't say for certain. Master Jean has already headed off to Wolvendom. I must also begin to make a move myself.
Then I will go as well.
Master Jean said you should stay at the church and continue your work with the clergy.
But you're also a member of the clergy.
Pero tú también eres miembro del clero. No te preocupes, yo también iré a ayudar.
Right! We'll go give Master Jean a hand! Oh, okay. If the honorary knight will be there, then... But please, everyone, be careful. May the Animal Archon protect you all.
Una prueba poco honoraria habrá con Dean.
I see. Has the Abyss Order already launched a new operation? This could very well have something to do with the defiled statue. We should go as well.
But what is the Abyss Order going to Wolvendom for anyway? Are they looking to do the same as they did with Dvalin? Not again!
No, that's not likely. Unlike Osile, who was just suppressed, Andreas died long ago. Today, it is just his spirit that stands guard over Wolvendom. The Abyss Herald may just be targeting the spirit of Andreas in an attempt to garner some information from one of the Animo Archon's old companions.
Dirígete al reino de los lobos.
The Abyss Order!
Don't underestimate the enemy. Let's take them now.
Freeze! Don't get frostbite.
Yo también me quedé congelado.
Boom boom! I must leave no stone unturned. I'll catch up. Motion to compel. Ja, yeah. Ha. Ja. Incinerate. Boom boom. Hit, hit. Whew. There sure are a lot of enemies around here.
The closer we get to the target, the more enemies there are. Fits the Abyss Order's style.
Mientras más nos acercamos al objetivo, más enemigos aparece, típico de la Orden del Abismo. Debemos encontrar rápido a Boreas.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm not going any further.
Huh? Why not? Is it because you're afraid of fluffy animals?
Ah, porque les tienes miedo a los animales peludos. Seguramente no sea eso.
It has nothing to do with wolves. It's because Boreas was an ancient god, yet he willingly became a servant of the Seven. I cannot possibly agree with his actions. I don't desire any interaction with him. Besides, you're the one people like. I'm less likable.
Además, agradarle a la gente es lo tuyo. Para mí es difícil. Odias tanto a los siete. Se nota que socializar no es el tuyo.
There's nothing special about gods anyway. It's just my opinion, but a word of advice. Always be on your guard when around gods. You shouldn't place too much trust in them. But at the same time, don't go too far in the opposite direction. Don't go trying to overthrow them or hunt them down, even if the god in question is your sworn enemy.
Don't trust them and don't hunt them. That's some awkward advice. Does Dane hate the Seven or is he protecting them?
No confiar en ellos y no matarlos. Qué complicado consejo. Dai odia a los siete y a los están protegiendo. ¿Por qué tu opinión es tan contradictoria?
Lest I repeat the failings of my forebears, I will tell you one final fact.
Huh? What fact?
The destruction of the nation of Canria by the gods is the reason the Abyss Order now seeks to destroy the nations watched over by the Seven. Well, enough chit-chat. We should get back to business. I will go take care of the remaining Abyss Order members in the area. Try and keep your visit with Boreas brief. Afterward, let's meet at the entrance to Wolvendom.
Up, there he goes. What a strange man.
Qué persona más extraña. Creo que lo entiendo un poco.
Yeah, that's true. You also keep your guard up against unfamiliar gods. At the rite of dissension in Liyue, your decision decision was very similar to what Dane would do.
En Liyue, durante el rito del descenso, tomaste una decisión muy parecida a la que Dain hubiera tomado. A falta de confianza es mejor evitar la situación que negociar.
Not the easiest situation.
Honorary Knight, Paimon, what are you two doing here?
Oh, Master Jean! So glad we found you. Rosaria told us that you came here to fight the Abyss Order, so we came to help.
Then your help is greatly appreciated. The Abyss Order's sudden offensive is very strange. They have surrounded Wolvendom. I am preparing to send out some knights to fight back. I just scouted out all of Wolvendom, but I did not see you. Rosaria told me that the Abyss Order is going after Boreas. But the Abyss Order and Boreas... what is the connection between them?
They just like to cause trouble. Do they really need a reason? The Abyss Order already went after Dvalin. It's not too surprising that they would also go after another one of the Animal Archon's buddies.
That is true. Regardless, whether the reason behind the present threat is clear or not, I will handle the situation. Honorary Knight, please go and check if Lupus Boreas is in any danger. This god's spirit... he does not often see people, but I hear that you have met him before. Maybe it is best that you are also the one to meet him this time.
El espíritu de este dios no suele prestarle atención a la gente, pero tengo entendido que tú lo has visto. Así que quizás lo mejor es que vayas tú. Déjamelo a mí.
Okay, be careful. Thank you for your help, Honorary Knight of Favonius.
Encuentra al rey del lobo del norte.
You, not welcome here!
So, the wolf's wretched spirit likes to raise wild pups now. You claim to be a guardian, yet your once sharp claws have clearly dulled since your days of godly glory. If you serve us, we can restore your divine powers you once held in the past. Lies. Lies.
What the heck is this ceremony? He looks like he's in a lot of pain. Oh no! Is this the same thing they did to corrupt Dvalin's mind?
Wolves never surrender! But this can't go on.
Lobos no rendirse, pero esto no poder continuar. Yo detendré esto.
No matter how many times you resist us, your efforts are all in vain.
I must leave no stone unturned. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. Heep, hup, come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
Buen
My.
ataque, buen ataque. A Bárbara debo ponerlo más potente, creo, los artefactos. No tiene buenos artefactos.
Steady as stone.
Para que duren.
Heep, heep. Dip. You're in for a little shock. Hup. Gah.
The end is nigh.
Hup. Heep, heep. Come a little closer.
The world will fall.
Leave it all to
No
me.
me dura bastante.
You come a little. Come a little closer. He. Come a little closer.
All life will perish.
You're in for a little shock.
Time. All life will perish.
Dodge this! This moment will be frozen in time.
I must leave no stone un... You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
Oh, verdad, me hizo
Don't be
daño.
such a brute.
Freeze! Ha! Ah! Ah!
The end is nigh.
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. You're in for a little shock.
Will
Windblade!
¿Qué haces?
The ceremony was interrupted. How fortunate for you. How does an old spirit have such determined will? No matter. This is but a small unforeseen variable. Our grand scheme will not be affected.
It disappeared again!
Desapareció otra vez. Al menos lo detuvimos a tiempo.
Thank you. You came. Just in time.
Human Lupercal, I am ashamed that you must see me in my present state. But still, the Abyss Herald underestimated my strength.
Lupus Boreas never refuses trial, but scary outsider, not respect trial rules. I too didn't see the trap.
Wait, so you mean the Abyss Order had everything prepared to corrupt Lupus Boreas' mind, then lured him out under the pretense of challenging him in a trial?
Entonces el emisario del abismo hizo los preparativos para corromper su mente y luego lo trajo con el pretexto de retarlo a una prueba. No es tu culpa, Razo.
Thank you. In the future, my claws must get sharper. You smelled danger and came here?
No, we heard about the danger. Paimon's nose doesn't even know what danger smells like. Besides coming to help, we actually have something to ask you about too. Excuse us, Mr. Wolf God. Do you know anything about the first field tiller?
I pay no heed to the contraptions of humans. I know not what this field tiller is. Though there was indeed one human-made machine that I can never forget. It entered into my proving ground by accident, and I mistook it for a challenger. But it could not think, only fight. It was designed as a pure killing machine from top to bottom. I eventually damaged it greatly with one of my attacks. Before it fell to the ground, it fled the proving ground.
By the sounds of it, it's possible that could have been the very first field tiller, right?
Por como suena, no podemos descartar que haya sido el primer labrador, ¿no? Podía girar, podía disparar misiles.
Yes, it could spin, leap high into the air, and even shoot fireballs. Although no match for a god, It was stronger than even many who wield visions.
Fireballs? Hey, didn't we hear this somewhere else recently as well? Anyway, this pretty much proves that the first field tiller came to Mondstadt, doesn't it? It sounds like the first one was way stronger than the mass-produced ruin guards that came after. But in this story, it was damaged at the proving ground while fighting the Wolf of the North.
Don't know, but did we help?
Yes, you were a big help. Thanks. We need to keep investigating something super important. The Abyss Herald may have left, but the Abyss's forces are still attacking. You two be careful.
Yes, I smell more danger. Bigger danger. You too, also be careful.
Well, that was some good intel. Quick, let's go tell Dane.
No acerca un poco a la vez.
Dane, there you are. Did you see Master Jean?
I saw her, but purposely avoided her. As both the Lion Fang Knight and acting Grand Master, she naturally would have some reservations towards me. If I'm not careful, one day I may find myself becoming the object of one of her investigations. But back to the matter at hand. I defeated some of the Abyss forces, but wasn't able to gather any information. Did you have more success? I see. Well then, we can more or less figure out where the first field tiller ended up.
Huh? Really? Just from the Lupus Boreas story?
That information combined with a more comprehensive analysis. For example, the old story you told me you heard in the cathedral.
Por ejemplo, la historia que me contaron que escucharon en la catedral, la furia del tirano.
Exactly. The strange story told to you by that young sister, long mistaken to be a curse rained down by a deceased tyrant.
Exacto, la historia que te contó aquella hermana está muy equivocados al creer que se trata de la maldición de un tirano fallecido. Las bolas de fuego eran probablemente misiles. La gente de monstruos de esa época no debía saber que eran esas bolas de fuego. En realidad, Bárbara solo está diaconisa.
Ah, Paimon gets it. So the tyrant's final fury was really just missiles fired from the field tiller after it ran from Wolvendom. After it was damaged in the fight with the Wolf of the North, it must have wandered into the ruins of Old Mondstadt and stayed there. Then, whenever anyone got close, pew, pew, boom! It would fire a ton of missiles at them. Until one day, it finally broke down for good, and the fireballs stopped raining from the sky. Back then, the people of Mondstadt hadn't seen many ruin guards before, so they came to interpret it as the tyrant's final fury.
It looks like we need to make a trip to Storm Terror's lair and comb the entire area.
Todo indica que debemos ir a la guarida de Stone Terror inspeccionar el área. No es necesario.
What do you mean?
¿A qué te refieres? Acabo de recordar algo.
Huh? You mean... Oh, Paimon remembers too! We saw that abandoned ruin guard sitting atop the tower when we went there before. Can't forget something like that.
Dirígete a la guardia de Stone Terror.
This is it, right? Okay then, use your elemental sight to look for the eye. Ooh, so what did you see? Huh? Nothing? Oh, but Paimon was so excited! you did it right?
This requires another method. Using elemental sight on a field tiller is of no use because it is not powered by the elements. Let me give it a try. And done.
Wow! It's
The very thing the Abyss Herald has been seeking all along. The eye of the first field tiller. All of the ruin guards today are just replicas of this machine. As the prototype, its combat capability was unrestricted.
prototype? Oh, Paimon doesn't know that word. Is it another ancient term from Conria?
As the Abyss Order has surmised, if this eye is placed in the hands of the defiled statue, and if the limbs of Osial, Overlord of the Vortex, are attached to the statue, there you have a mechanized god. And this newly born god will have the power to topple the divine thrones of Celestia.
De ese modo imbuirán al Dios recién nacido con el poder para derrumbar los tronos divinos de la Celestia. Una operación extrema y peligrosa. Debemos detener la orden del abismo.
Yes.
Then, what should we do with this eye?
Entonces, ¿qué haremos con este ojo? Esconderlo en un lugar donde nadie lo encuentre. Ponerlo bajo custodia de la iglesia de Favonius.
No. I'll guard it myself.
Huh? You? Dane? You won't go and do anything crazy with it, will you?
You may doubt me if you wish, but I must ensure it does not fall into the wrong hands. No matter where we may hide it, they will find it. And as for the Church of Favonius, well, you know I don't trust them.
Oh, right.
But our work isn't done yet. To avoid any further repercussions, we must also take care of that defiled statue.
Pero nuestro trabajo no ha concluido. Todavía debemos encargarnos de esa estatua profanada. ¿Y cómo hacemos eso? Eso sí lo podemos dejar de la iglesia.
We can't have the church get involved. Let's handle it ourselves. As for what I mean by take care of it, naturally I mean to completely destroy it.
Destroy it? That's a statue of the Seven! As well as being a really important cultural relic, they're actually divine too! Well, good thing we didn't tell Barbara earlier. Otherwise she'd be going completely bonkers right now!
Do the Seven really expect me to help them look after what belongs to them? Let's go back to those ruins and destroy the inverted statue. If we are lucky, we will also run into that Abyss Herald. I'll make sure it doesn't get away this time.
Well, anything that makes you feel bright and sunny, too.
So after all that running around, we end up right back here again. Look at us. We barely escaped this place last time, and now we're strolling right back in. Gee, surely we must be some of the bravest adventurers in all of Teyvat. That or the stupidest. To get to that creepy statue...
Me gusta ir a las cajas. A las cajas, cajitas. A las cajas. No fui la última caja.
Looks like we're here. An eerie, lifeless, dark chamber. I understand the evil aura you were describing earlier.
Oh, such a scary place.
Be careful to not be overwhelmed by the power of the defiled statue. The Abyss Herald. It's here.
You sense correctly. You are just as vexatious as ever, Dainsliff, enemy of the Abyss. I sense your soul is stained by terrible bloodshed, perhaps from your darkest nightmares, unless... Huh? Oh, and something far more dangerous. You reek of a corruption familiar to me. Then we are the same. We're both dangerous. But dangers from outside of the Abyss Order must be caught and caged.
It is your words that forever reek of corruption. Time to silence you!
Come a little closer.
Congelaste, ¿no? Lo congelé.
Come a little
¿Cómo
closer.
murió la no ella?
Hip, hop. Hip, hop. Hop. Hip.
La vamos a revivir. Hay que revivir
If
por su
at first you
escudo
don't
nomás.
succeed, steady as. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. Hip, hop, hip. You're in for a little shock. Hop. You're in for a little shock.
What's the hurry?
Ah, ya.
Come a little closer. Hip. Hip. You're in for a little shock.
Decimate!
Hup. Come a little closer.
Dodge this! Don't push your luck. Cool it!
I have some for you too.
Come a little closer.
Oh, so sorry. Dodge this!
You're in. Come a little
Moría.
closer. You're in for a little shock.
I will perish!
Freeze!
You're in for a little shock. Leave it all to...
Dodge this!
You're in for a little shock.
All right will perish!
Come a little closer.
Windblade! With the wind!
I'm a bit rusty.
Tenía su ulti. ¿Quién recupera su ulti? Bendito, ¿dónde estás, bendito?
Freeze! Windblade!
You're in for a little shock. I knew I should have stayed home.
Otra vez toda su vida.
Cool it!
I am a disgrace
Otra vez muerto.
to the knights.
Frostbite! Dodge this! What's the hurry? Dodge this.
Pobrecito.
Freeze! Dodge this! This moment will be frozen in time. Freeze!
The abyss. Princess.
Hey! Could that be?
¿Acaso es hermana?
Ether.
Yami, al fin te encuentro.
Wait! She just blocked an attack against the Abyss Herald! Your sister and the Abyss?
Ether, why are you with Dane?
Yami, ¿por qué estás con Dai? ¿Qué? ¿Estás preguntando sobre Dai?
Uh-huh.
Hemos estado separados por tanto tiempo.
Your sister knows Dane?
Lumine, we meet again.
What's going on here? Dane knows her too?
You shouldn't team up with this man. He is my enemy.
Lumine.
Lumina, un momento, deja de decir cosas que no entiendo, Lumina.
But it must be said. Don't try to stop me. Don't try to stop the Abyss. That man, Dainsleif, was the Twilight Sword, one of the royal guards of the final dynasty of Conria. 500 years ago, he failed to prevent the destruction of Conria. A curse of immortality was laid upon him to forever wander the wilderness, while he watched the people he was supposed to protect turn into monsters of the Abyss.
You're saying Dane is from Conria? The same Conria that was destroyed 500 years ago? And you said the people turned into monsters? You're trying to tell Paimon that the Abyss Order is not only related to Conria, but is actually the people of Conria themselves? And the whole thing about Dane being your enemy...
Además, Paimon está confundida
I'm
con
so
eso lo que
confused.
dijiste, que de ahí es tu enemigo. Antes de nada, ven conmigo, Lumina, regresemos a casa. Luego me cuentas todo esto, volvamos a nuestro hogar.
Home. Yes, of course. Home is wherever we are together. But I cannot go with you to the next world to find a new home. At least, not yet. Until the Abyss has engulfed the thrones, my war with destiny will see no end.
Mi guerra con el orden celestial no terminará hasta que el abismo engulla los tronos. ¿Guerra con el orden celestial?
Listen to me, Ether. I have already traveled through this world once. Once you reach the end of your journey as I did, you will see for yourself the true nature of this world. So we'll meet again. Though we need not rush, brother. I have more than enough time to wait for you. We have always had enough time.
Left. Oh, don't be too sad. We'll find them again. Look on the bright side. At least we got some really useful information.
Oh, Yami, no te desanimes, volveremos a encontrarla. Mira el lado positivo, al menos esta vez encontramos pistas muy útiles. No estoy desanimado, tienes razón, Paima, aún hay esperanza.
That's right. At least now, as well as the 7, Dane is also a key part of finding your sibling too, right?
Al menos ahora, aparte de los 7, Dai también es una pista clave para encontrar a tu hermana. Cuando llegamos a Inazuma también debemos estar atentos. Ahora se nos ha añadido un objeto más de viaje.
That's right. By the way, what they said just now is all pretty confusing. Did you understand it at all?
Cierto, Paimon no entendió muy bien lo que dijeron. ¿Tú lo entendiste? Más o menos. Estaba concentrada en mi hermana y no presté atención.
Oh, well then, let's go over it again. First off, that Abyss Herald called your sister Princess. It seems like your sister is leading the Abyss Order. Even the Abyss Herald answers to her. Still, we don't know for sure if she's the highest-ranking leader in the organization. Also, your sister said that she wants to engulf the thrones and go to war with Destiny. What the heck does that mean? Could it be that she wants to destroy the 7 and the 7 nations? Next thing, turns out the Abyss Order monsters are really what the people of Conria turned into after their nation was destroyed. This story is just plain terrifying. And Dane is from Conria too! He witnessed its destruction 500 years ago! But he didn't turn into a monster, and now he's fighting the Abyss Order. So that's why your sister said that Dane is her enemy, right? But if the monsters of the Abyss are the same people that Dane protected all those years ago, then why is he enemies with the Abyss Order now? Also, how come, after all this time we spent searching for your sister, it turns out she's on the side of the Abyss? What's up with that?
Además, llévanos todo este tiempo buscando a tu hermana y resultó que está del lado de la Orden del Abismo. ¿Qué está pasando? Muchas preguntas, pocas respuestas. Darle vuelta a la cabeza no sirve de nada.
Yeah, you're right. Then we can't let ourselves get down about it now. Our journey's not over yet. Let's get a move on. Time to leave this terrible dark place and get back to the surface where the sun shines bright. If your sister wants you to reach the end of your journey, well then, show her what you're made of. Come on, traveler, let's go.
Misión completada. Me ha tomado de sorpresa, ¿no? No, sí sabía que Servara está, pero que venga este capítulo me ha tomado de sorpresa. Y nos quedamos acá. Nos vemos. Bye bye.